here's how you can organize yourself in the new version of Google Drive. As I stated before, all your folders are going to be under My Drive if you create them. One thing about the new version of Google Drive is all your folders will appear at the top, and documents, you have to scroll down below your folders to find documents. If you want to move, you've created a folder, you simply go to New and pick Folder. One thing to pay attention to is where you are in Google Drive. You can see that up here, I'm in My Drive. I can also create a new folder from here. If I'm in My Drive and go to New Folder, it will create the folder in the main folder, My Drive. So I can New Folder, and I'm going to call it New Drive Practice. And click Create. It will appear in My Drive in alphabetical order if that's how you're sorting. Remember, you can change how you're sorting. I think the easiest is still by name, by alphabetical order. You can also see all the folders in your drive by coming over to My Drive and opening up the caret, and you can see all your folders over here as well. So there's two views. Click on My Drive, all the folders appear in here. Open and close the little caret thing, your folders are here. Now, if you want to create a folder within a folder, like for example, I have folders within folders in my Google Apps video, you simply can click on the folder that you want and open it up. You will then see up here, you're in My Drive and in Atom State. So if I go right here, I can create a new folder. It will go in the Atom State folder. Or even if I go over here when I'm in my subfolder and create a new folder, and I can say subfolder and hit create, the subfolder is now in the Atom State folder. And if I go over here, I now have a caret, and there's the subfolder. So that's how you create folders within folders. Next, how do you move documents into different folders? Let's go back to My Drive. First, you have to find the documents. So like I said, you can do a couple different things. You can scroll down to the bottom and look for the document. You also can use the search function, which I find easiest if you know the name of the folder. So I can search for something I'm looking for. Now, if I do stuff and I hit search, it is going to find all the documents that have stuff in them. If while I'm searching for something, I know the specific file and I see it, you don't want to click on it here because what it's going to do is actually open up the document. You don't want to be opening up the document to put in a folder. You just want to be able to see it in a list. So if you're searching, put in stuff, hit search, and then you'll see the documents. So if I wanted to move this document to a specific folder, I could click on it, and then you go to the More Actions menu and simply pick Move. Then it is going to show me all my folders. And if I had a subfolder, which I did make one for Atom State, I could open up the Atom State folder and open up the subfolder. When you see the name of the folder you want right here, Move to, you can click Move. This is also another place where you can create folders. So if you realize, well, I want this to be in a folder inside subfolder, I can click the folder icon and create a new folder. I'm going to call it the subfolder. And now look what I've got. I can go back and show you Atom State, subfolder, subfolder. So the thing really to remember is you want to see the name of the folder up here that you want to move it into before you hit Move. And I'm just going to undo that so I don't lose it. If you want to move more than one document to a folder, you can hold the Shift key down and click and get all the ones in between, or, so I'll show that again, stuff, and just say I wanted all these. I could click on the last one while holding the Shift key down and then go to Move and pick what folder I want to move them to. Remember, whatever folder's here, and hit Move. If you want to skip around some, You can click on one and then either hold the control key down, or it might be the command key if you're on a Mac, and then you can skip over, pick the ones that you want, and go to move to again. And remember, and find the folder. So you keep clicking until you see the folder you want it to be into, and then make sure you click move. Last thing I want to show you about is sharing folders. Google Drive has updated their sharing interface, whether you're in the new drive or the old drive. So when you want to go share something, whether you're in the new drive or the old drive, whether it's a folder, a document within a folder, or you're inside a folder and you click the share button, if you've used Google Drive before, you're going to see something different, and I'll show you. And if you haven't, this is the new feature. When you click on share, this is how the interface looks. If you just want to go back, because you've shared before and you just want to go back to the old interface, you can click on advanced. That's what they're calling the old interface, advanced. If you're not familiar and you click on sharing, your first choice is share with others. So you can enter the names that are in your address book or email addresses. If they're in your address book, the name will pop up. If they're not in your address book, you can type in the full email address. Just make sure you have it right. You have the choices of allowing the people to edit or view. And the differences between editing and viewing is editing means they can see the document, they can comment on the document, they can make suggestions on the document, and obviously they can view it. If it's can view, that means they can just see the document. By default, you have the choice to notify people by email. So whoever you put in here will get an email message saying so-and-so has shared so-and-so document with you. If you don't want to notify someone by email, and I often don't at work because I'm always sharing documents with my colleagues and they know they're going to be there, you uncheck the box. It will still appear under the person shared with me, but they will not get a notification. Along with just the notification, you can send a message that will be in the email. So I could type in, please proofread for me. And they will know that's what you want them to do. And then you can click send, and it's shared with these people. Now, if you'd like to get a link, for example, you want to give the link, put the link on your website, email your link to your parent group, and you don't want to send out individual messages, or you want it somewhere where you can have the link and it can be accessed. You can click on Get a Shareable Link, and it says copy the link and turn link sharing on. Now click on the shareable link, and here you have some choices. Right down here it shows you the people, but here you have some choices. If you're in a school domain, you have the choice of people in your domain can view, or people in your school domain can edit. You can turn this all off so only specific people can access it. So if you really want to make sure your document is safe and you're not sharing it with the world or anything, you can turn this off. So basically only these specific people are going to be able to see it. But if you'd like some more options, here's all your options in link sharing, and they're also available in advanced. You can turn it on so anyone in the internet can find and access it. No sign-in required, so that means you don't care who sees it or finds it. You can do on anyone with the link, so if you send the link to someone or someone has the link, they'll be able to access it. You can have it on for your domain, on for your school domain with the link, or off with specific people. If you're in your personal Gmail, these are really the only choices you're going to have. Public on the web or anyone with a link. The other thing to be careful of is how you're letting them access it. Do you want people just to be able to view it? Or do you want people to be able to edit it? So by default, it's going to be view. So make sure you're careful and you check that you're positive what kind of link sharing that you want, and that you have can view or can edit. These same features work for Google Sites as well. And then you basically hit save. It will take you back, and if you have someone to send it to, you hit send. And I just want to remind you, if you need the link, you can hit copy link. It will then be in copy memory and you can paste it to where you want. Once again, advanced takes you to the advanced features. So if you want to just look at it, if you're used to this, you can look in advanced features. The way you can tell a folder is shared is it has the little person icon on it for sharing. And sharing a folder is just like sharing a document. You click on the folder, you go to the plus people sign, or you could also do it under, oh no, you can't do it under more actions anymore. Sorry, that was in the old drive. You go to the plus people folder and you do the sharing permissions just like you would. You invite the person you want to share the folder with. You see what rights you want to give them for sharing. And the whole notify message, just the same things as sharing the docs. So sharing folders is the same way as sharing docs. And that's how you can organize your Google Drive in the new version.